Repping the Avatar today. Freaking Little Last Airbender. Some good stuff. Anyway, today's episode of Movie Breakdowns is a request. Somebody, I think a year ago, no, actually it was in October, asked me to review like a handful of movies where I'm not like making a review request down to 5 per person per like a few months, because the person gave me a handful, like at least 10 of them. And I was able to find like 6 of these movies they asked me to review. And it's around Halloween time. The movie they asked me to review is a movie called Slow Burn from the year 2005. Now this movie is a murder mystery movie that starts off in a way you're like, okay, neat. Have middle part like, okay. And to me, it's more made for TV. Not a bad story, just this could have been on TV versus theaters, and it sucks because the cast of this movie is a stellar cast. And on this episode where we break down, I'm going to review and break down the movie of Slow Burn. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to the episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka, and what is Movie Breakdowns? A movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade, A through F, plus and minuses do count. And this movie you want me to review, let me know. Please put in the comment section below, and I'll get to it as best I can. I also have a Patreon, Patreon/Ali Zakka, where you cut in front of everybody. You ask me to do a movie review, I get to it immediately because you're paying for my services. Also, you get other content like trailer reaction, trailer reviews, movie thoughts, other stuff like that that's on Patreon that you can't get on Facebook and YouTube. And let's go and get today's review of Slow Burn. Slow Burn. This movie, like I said in my opener, is an okay movie. It's okay. You're not gonna watch this movie and be like super disappointed. You're not gonna watch the movie and be like overhyped. You're just gonna be like, oh, this is a fine movie. Probably shouldn't have been made in theaters. Probably should have this list of cast of actors like LL Cool J, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Taye Diggs, Ryan Lota, and I don't know her name. This is one person that to me was new, and I'm pulling it up right now. Jolene Bullock. Like, to me, this cast was too big for this movie, and I don't know if that played a part in how I felt about watching this movie. Because when I watched it, I was like, this seemed like an episode of Criminal Minds, but just extended. That's how I felt. But it's okay movie. It's okay movie. What's the story? And this is a spoiler, guys, for a movie that came out in 2005. But what's the spoiler? Or I guess what's this movie about? So like I said, it's about a DA by the name of Ford Cole, who found out that his assistant DA, also slash his lover, just got raped before the beginning of the movie. And there's a dead guy in her place. Or it did not in her place, in his place, but that's where she came from. And this dude that named Isaac, who he's like, oh man, he raped her. She gave Jolene, what's it called, Jamae, but Jolene Bullock, who played Nora Timmer, who is the assistant DA, she tells Ford all this information that, she met him at a place a week ago, and then he followed her to her place. He stalked her, and then, forced her into sex and raped her. That was the story that she gave. And then this guy by the name of Mr. Pinks, Luther Pinks is his full name, shows up at the police sink and talks to Ford and says, hey man, this is actually what's been going on. And now Ford has to take the story between his lover slash assistant DA and this dude who just walked in, who apparently knows Isaac and knows the business behind Nora and what's been going on. And he has to look at which story is true. And as he's going throughout the night, he's finding more evidence to show that Nora could be lying and Mr. Pinks is telling the truth. And it's a very interesting plot. Very interesting plot that I'm like, okay. And I'm like, all right, this is neat. There's some stuff that I felt like directors or writers just doing here because like, oh, we need to add more emphasis to it. But at the end of all, there's an overarching bad guy that Ford is trying to capture who has been tied into all this somehow, because Nora was talking to this guy named Isaac, who apparently knew who the overarching bad guy is. By the way, who is Dupree is his name. No, not Isaac Dupree. It was I can't think of his name. I can't think of Cheetah Tail's Agent 4 character's name. His Ty Trippin was the name he was given, but his real name is something completely different, and that's the name that the bad guy that Ford was trying to capture at the end of the movie. And this all weaves into it, and come to find out that Nora Timmer is actually a double agent who's been playing with Cheetah Tail Agent 4 character, who's actually, that's her lover, and been setting up Ford and also set up other people to make sure this dude gets away and make investment in, like, it's a bunch of other stuff that goes on to this movie that I feel like, okay, sure, go with it, but it's okay. It's an okay movie. Not really it's like, oh my gosh, you gotta watch this movie again, but also a movie where, like, if somebody's like, hey, you wanna watch Slow Burn, I'm like, sure, it's okay, I'll watch it. And one thing that threw me off in this movie, and maybe because they were trying to make some kind of statement in the year 2005, the movie was also created in 2003 but got released in 2005 and then got released in theaters in the United States in 2007. Weird, I know. It was made in Canada, which is pretty cool. It was the fact that, like, they kept bringing up the fact that Nora Timmer is biracial. But then it was like she was pretending to be biracial, that her family grew up in a different way or different family members, so therefore she could be pretending who she is, and she tries to say she's a chameleon, which I get the whole thing being a chameleon and she can fit in different groups and sects, but it was almost like they kept pulling it up, like, well, she's biracial, and there's a point where Ford was like, she's biracial, so what? And like Luther Pink's LL Cool J character was like, yeah, but it means she can pretend to be white one day, pretend to be black one day, pretend to be Hispanic one day, pretend to be this race and what another day, and she can merge between and pretend to hide out, change her hair color a certain way, and I'm like, okay, but what the fact her being biracial means she's a chameleon, like, and there's some things about, like, race that's played in this movie that I'm like, okay, I see the directors or writers trying to make a racial statement and saying, like, you know, people of all colors, be yourself kind of thing, but at the same time it was like flipped to see, like, wait a minute, she's not being herself. You know, she pretended to be herself, she's not being herself, and she's trying to join other races and join other things because she liked their culture and style. Like, I get that, but it was like, is that necessary for this movie? I don't think this movie needs that statement, because this is a love murder mystery / double agent thing. I don't think we need to have the biracial topic in this movie. That's just my thoughts. But if somebody who's like, oh man, I kind of like that idea. I like to see where she's coming from. Like, okay, cool. I see how you can like it. It's not a bad talking point, but it's like, to me, and this movie seemed unnecessary. But the stuff I did like the storyline between Isaac and Nora, and how she was trying to play him as a someone to get information on and end up falling in love with him per se, but end up pretty much trying to set him up so that the blame could fall on him, as Ty Trippin, who is Cheetah Tail Agent 4 character, who's the main bad guy name I don't remember. You know, they said it so many times in this movie. He was trying to set this whole game up to pretty much see Ryan character, or Ray, not Ryan, but Ray character fall, which is Mr. Ford. And we see Ford fall, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be here all day. And there's a bunch of twists and turns in this movie to make you think like, oh, that's the main bad guy, no, that's the main bad guy. He's saying this stuff pretty much so Ford could play the psychological mind game in his mind that pretty much caused him to make mistakes and see what the real truth is. I don't know, to me, it was an okay movie. I enjoyed it. Let's go with the cast. So, Jolene Blalock? Blalock, that's her name. Jolene Blalock, who played Nora Timmer. She was cool. I didn't really see the hype behind her, per se. Not the actress, but the character Nora Timmer. I didn't really see the hype behind her, but she was cool. It was cool. Like, at first, and it's a good acting on her part, because at first you actually feel empathy and sympathize with this character. You're like, oh my gosh. And then it flips, you like, that's messed up. Why'd she do that? And then at the end, certain things happening where I'm like, why did Ford character just fall for it? But then again, he could be in love with Nora, so like the stuff she was telling him, like he wanted to believe. I thought she was okay. That was good acting, solid. Ray Liotta, who plays Ford Cole, thought Ray was okay. I thought like his acting for Ford made sense. Like it was, this movie doesn't have bad acting in it. Like it's good. I wouldn't say great, but it's good. I've seen better acting in the movie, especially Chiwetel Ejiofor Ford character. I've seen Chiwetel act his butt off in the movie of 12 Years a Slave. So like seeing him in this, he felt more laid back to me. That's just my personal opinion. But like you can watch this movie. This movie is not intolerable. Like people, you can see the ratings of it on IMDb and stuff like that. And you're like, oh my gosh. But in reality, it's okay. Should be made for TV? Yes, but it's okay. But yeah, Ray Liotta, who played Ford Cole, I bought his character. I could see his facial reaction. I could buy into what he was doing. I thought he did good. LL Cool J, who played Luther Pinks. This character to me made no sense. When I kept watching this movie, I was like, why does he know all this stuff? How is he following everything from beginning to end? He knows about the things that he wasn't even there for. Like, how did he know this stuff been going on? And then kind of find out that he's actually an FBI agent. And then it had a little twist where he probably been like, probably got close to Chiwetel's character and then flip it on him, where Chiwetel's character got caught by the FBI thanks to LL Cool J's character. But LL Cool J felt like was playing himself, the cool badass character who's chill, not gonna get frazzled, dazzled when stuff happens to him. He was like, just, oh yeah man, no, this is me. Here I am. Chiwetel Ejiofor, who played Ty Trippett, who's the main bad guy. And for a moment, I thought they was wasting Chiwetel in this movie. I literally did. Like, you see him in the beginning, you see him throughout the movie, kind of like at the police station, who's trying to get in and speak to Cole, but he just, there, and the guy won't let him in, and he's just chilling in the lobby, and you're just like, okay, we're wasting Chiwetel Ejiofor, great actor. Mekhi Phifer, who plays Isaac Dupree, solid. I thought he did great. I thought the role he was in, I thought he played it right. I thought he played everything. The kissing scene between him and Nora just didn't seem right. The makeout scenes, it's just like I feel like it didn't seem authentic. Like, I know it's a movie, I know they're acting, but like there's kissing scenes you see in the movie, they're like, okay, they're getting all into it. And there's other scenes where I'm like, they're trying but not trying 100%. I feel like that's just my idea on that. And who else I want to talk about here? But yeah, other than that, Mekhi Phifer did great. I thought he did a good job. And then Taye Diggs played Jeffrey Sykes. Taye Diggs, I enjoyed his acting. I thought he did a good job. And then Bruce McGill, who played Godfrey, solid as well. No problem. But yeah, the cast is cool. Not really. I guess I was talking about Guy Torry, who played Chet Price, who's like kind of like Ford's, backup this episode, like his assistant, his backup guy in this episode, or this movie, not episode, but in this movie, who just kind of there to help out. But yeah, it's okay movie. Let's talk about the release and everything and how much the movie made. So the box office for this movie was $15 million. This movie grossed worldwide $1 million. This movie is considered a flop. That sucks, because it wasn't that bad of a movie. I'm not sure, maybe the press out there wasn't that big enough. I don't know, but it wasn't that bad a movie, and this cast deserved better. Like as far as I guess press, maybe. I don't know what happened. It's very depressing to see that. Anything else I want to talk about this movie? Is it a Friday movie? No, it's not a Friday night movie. Don't watch it on a Friday night. Save your time. And I said it's more of a Sunday movie, or a weekday movie. And grading time. I'm gonna grade the movie Slow Burn for 2005 a solid C-. It's an okay movie. There's probably some scenes where you probably gonna not be 100% invested in. Beginning gonna be invested in. The ending you're like, okay, but you're not gonna be 100% in it. Also, the movie's like hour and 30 minutes long. It's not that long of a movie, so yeah. But C- this movie gets for me. If you've seen the movie Slow Burn for 2005, what your thoughts are? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode of Movie Breakdowns, and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episodes of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time, and keep being awesome.